Hey everyone,
Hey,
and welcome back for another SES software stream. Hope you're doing well. My name is Alex. If you've not joined us before, I'm your community manager here at SES Software, and we have Mark live in the studio from our Prague offices. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Alex. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's great to see everybody again. Good to have you back on the stream as well, Mark. Welcome back for our American Truck Simulator Let's Play episode 31. We're getting along with this series. Dang.
Peter's gonna have a hard
Making
time
some
catching up
moves.
at this rate, so
I think so. I think so. Mark is making moves, and it's only going to go further from here. If you've not joined us for one of these before, simple fact is that we've started our American Truck Simulator career from zero, nothing, nada at the beginning, and we have turned off all cheats. We've turned on all more realistic settings, fines, everything of the sort, and basically we're just trying to become one of the biggest virtual trucking companies in American Truck Simulator. We're building our way up, hiring drivers as we go, buying new trucks and buying new properties. And chat, you're along for the ride as well. You've been helping us out um, in building our business. And Mark, how would you say the business is going so far?
I think business is going well. I mean, we can hop into the garage manager here and I guess driver manager, see how everyone's doing for money.
Hmm.
Um, Nathan making us some money. Let's see what his log is looking like. $30,000 earned so far for
Hmm.
us. And Amy, not as much profit per day or per trip, I should say, but still steady income, no negatives.
Yeah.
Take that,
Looking
Peter.
good, looking good. And how much money do we owe to the bank still?
No, we don't talk about that.
I mean, it's good to know though. It's kind of good to keep on top of it, right?
I would have to go to there it is.
Okay,
$388,000.
so still about $5,788 a day to repay, which we've been earning in our jobs recently. So sounds good. Sounds good. Not doing too bad. And we got a couple of trucks there. We got our own truck that we're hauling with, and yeah, we're moving up level wise and skills wise as well, which obviously helps us to buy new parts for our trucks and find new jobs. And investing in new skill points gives us better jobs as well, which
Absolutely.
is all good. So, what's the plan for today? Where are we thinking of hauling?
I don't know. It's up to chat, kind of. So we're back in Del Rio, Texas, which is actually where we finished not last stream, but the stream before when we did that haul down from was it Oklahoma or Kansas? We did that
Hmm.
one that didn't have any collisions or accidents at all.
Absolutely none. Don't know what you're talking about.
And because last stream we were in California, kind of exploring. It was still part of our Let's Play series, but it was like a little less serious. Actually, was it a part of our Let's Play? No, we were driving a different truck too, weren't we? I don't remember. Anyways, so yeah, so we're back to the usual thing here. So we're just gonna, I think, I don't know. It's up to up to the chat. What do we want to do? Do we want to spend some more money and spruce this truck up a little bit? Do we want to just get to work and do some hauling? Do we want to do any challenges today and really make my life a nightmare? Or what do you guys want? What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Do some hauling, chat is saying. And also, question coming in from Pontus on the YouTube chat saying, why can't I skip forward? Because it's a live broadcast. There is no
Yeah,
forward, there's no future. You're watching this live as you watch it right now. We chat other dispatchers. Yeah, I mean, you could call yourself that, dispatchers. More chrome for the truck. Do some hauling hearts job. Yeah, Peter found out. Here's a little tip for you that I'll pass on. Peter found out that hauling hearts job pay actually quite a bit more than your regular job market jobs,
oh,
right? So it seems like welder trucks jobs do pay a little bit better. Um, so that's a little pro tip for any of you who are trying to make some money
oh,
right now. That they do
okay.
pay quite a bit more in terms of money. So if you're looking to make some extra bucks, now is the time. And of course, this is a limited event, the Hall in Hearts event, themed around Valentine's Day and love and all that. And I think it's only running until the 18th of February. Um, so yeah, definitely take advantage of that if you haven't already and you're kind of just beginning. Of course, you do need a World of Trucks account as well, so definitely get signed up for that. But yeah, plenty of options there in the job market
It's
and
not
quite lucrative
actually
prices, right?
it's
Not
not
too
actually
bad.
that much more. $71 per mile, as opposed to if we hit the freight market, we could do a load that pays as much as $90 a mile.
That's pretty
Or
good
if
too
the chat really wants to give me a headache, we could do $77 a mile.
for the massive tech parts. Hmm.
Yeah.
What are we thinking,
Um,
chat? Special
Chat is
transport?
saying more Chrome. Also, howdy, hey. Thanks, chat. Great input.
Poll. There's so many options. I don't think we can fit that into a poll.
Poll.
I'd be here for about an hour typing
Yeah.
everything. Embarrass yourself with the oversize. Have you ever driven oversize before in real life, Mark? Is that ever you got around to?
No, not wide. I've done over length, but not over width.
Mm.
Benny wants us to do over. Okay, we'll do oversize if you set up the Benny cam. Okay. I tried. Sorry, chat. No Benny today.
The blackmail.
Comfy sauce. We don't tolerate that kind of language in the chat. So you can see yourself out the door whenever it's convenient for you. That's my friend Dan from Canada.
Or we can time him out. We could time that.
Oh, can we time him out? Oh, that'll drive him nuts. Better not. Nah.
How long? 2 seconds? 10 seconds? 5 minutes?
Give him like 2 minutes. Yeah.
2 minutes.
Take
you want a 2 minute timeout?
I'm the captain.
I'll be nice. I'll give you 1 minute. Anyway, so listen, we got work to do. We're getting distracted.
He screamed no before he got timed out. All right, chat. I think everyone agreed on the massive tech part. So,
yeah. It's been a minute since we've done special transport on the stream.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
We're innovating.
We are. We're gonna take that special transport load, and let's see how you do with it. It'll be a little bit challenging for sure. In the meantime, chat, how are we doing? I hope you've had a wonderful week so far. It's good to see you all. Is this? So I know we've been doing like a couple of streams a week, but is this the first stream we've had this week? I think it is. I don't think we've had a stream at all this week. So it's good to see you all. Hope you all had a good weekend last weekend. For those in America or any other NFL sports fans, I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. And for those who don't watch the Super Bowl, I hope you enjoyed watching Superb Owls. So yeah, either one of those. But yeah, how dare you? Comfy is not happy that we've learned that trick. I'm sorry. Just listening to the boss, listening to the boss. Yeah, hope you've all been doing good, and well, also a massive thank you to everyone who's been participating in the Hall in Hearts event as well, because we reached the goal. Did you see, Mark? Do you know when we reached that goal? Because we made predictions, right?
We reached the goal on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's.
Yeah.
Dad, did you plan this? I feel like this was some sort of organized inside job that chat were, finishing the event on Valentine's Day. It just seems too perfect. SES Software, quite surprised to see the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year. Listen, they were just sticking to the script that Joe Biden put out.
So oh my God, not this.
Did you see the tweet he put out, by the way? Just a little side note.
No, what did he say?
Joe, the official account of the President of the United States, put out a picture of himself in black and white with big glowing eyes, and it was like something like "all is according to plan, Chiefs" or something like this, making it seem like they had done it on purpose, sort of thing. It was like the weirdest tweet I've seen on my timeline. I thought it was a parody. It's not. It's real.
So yeah, there was this meme going around about like Dark Biden, about how like people kind of had all these. Oh, we're going left this way. Whoops.
Luckily, I haven't got the load on yet. Oh my goodness.
There's all these conspiracies or whatever. So like, I guess Biden's administration really leaned hard into I think it's called like the Dark Biden meme. Oh, come on, stop. Jeez. Okay, I got to pay attention here. I got to stop talking politics.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, but that was fun. But yeah, Super Bowl. I'm not a football fan. I watched the opening of it. Oh my, Mark, what is going on today? You're luckily I haven't made any. Oh,
I'm not even looking now. Can we start over, Betty? Restart the stream.
Just do a little. Can we do a 5-second timer?
Oh man!
Restart the stream.
I feel like the brakes are messed up. Like I'm not even kidding, but like,
are you telling me that someone might have tampered with the brakes as revenge for previous stream attempts?
So like we often have trouble with the brakes. A lot of the other people that use this controller setup, they use the clutch as the brake because the clutch isn't as hard to push down.
Ah, I
So when you
see.
push the brake pedal, it like tries to slide the pedals away from you, and we duct taped it a lot to try and keep it from
I
sliding away.
see. I see.
But
Yep.
it's like I don't know, it's acting up down there.
Okay. I'll forgive you on that part.
Okay,
I'll
chat.
forgive you on that part.
Um, now that the we're at the shop with absolutely no damage to our truck because we didn't get into any accidents. What should we do today? What kind of modifications would you like to see to the truck to spruce it up and add some
Yeah.
chrome?
What were you looking for, chat? Because a lot of you mentioned about sprucing up the truck a bit. Some tires, Goodyear tires, bull bars. How
Bull
often do you see
bars.
bull bars on trucks? Only on the old school stuff, would you say?
No, they're still super common, but it kind of depends where you are. So they're like a lot more
Mm,
common in the Northeast, where there's like lots
mm.
of deer and especially moose. If you're in like Canada or like Wisconsin, northern Michigan, so it's super common. Depending where you are, like if you're down in like Florida and stuff like that, you might see the little
You
light
won't see
duty
it.
bull bars, but you won't see like
Mm,
the full on heavy duty like this kind of. Well, yeah, okay. So this is actually called a deer guard.
right.
So it actually goes in just to these little tow hook holes here, which we don't quite have properly modeled. Um, and it's just kind of to protect the front of the truck against very light kind of hits. Um, the bigger ones like this are actually like heavy duty. You can hit a moose at 70 miles an hour and truck will be fine. Moose, maybe not.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, what about the actual bar itself? Does the bar pretty much remain intact as well, or does that get replaced after a hit?
No, it's fine. I actually had a
Really?
friend
Okay.
that hit one. And this bar right here, this whole thing was bent back like an inch and a half. Like,
Really?
yeah, you could barely even tell. Yeah, they're very sturdy. And even on the bottom side, you can
Wow.
like hit a driveway, like a steep driveway as you're pulling in, and you'll gouge the asphalt out of the driveway, but you won't actually bend the bumper bar at all.
Wow. So heavy duty. That's crazy. I didn't realize because I've seen the big bars. When I was living in Australia, right? They have a lot of American trucks out there as well. They kind of have a hybrid amount of trucks coming in from different countries. They have European trucks, they have American trucks. It's kind of a mix there, which is really cool. But they specifically call them like a lot of people have even on personal cars in some cases roo bars, like ROO, kangaroo bars, because kangaroos are like the biggest problem out there in terms of on the road. You know,
Yeah, and yeah,
um,
exactly.
they're pretty nasty. I did have a friend that unfortunately did get into an accident with a kangaroo, but what made it 10 times worse, and it's probably the most dangerous scenario about those animals, is that if you do unfortunately do come into contact with one, um, exit the vehicle as quickly as possible because it could end up inside the vehicle, which has happened a few times before, and they'll just kick and kick and kick, and that's
Really,
pretty dangerous for all the occupants inside.
we have that problem with
So yeah,
we have that problem with turkeys.
Really, I didn't
Yeah.
even think turkeys would be an issue, but they're pretty big, right? They're bulky.
Oh yeah. And when a vehicle's
They got
coming
some weight to
towards
them.
them, they kind of jump and flutter. So with a car, it's okay because they'll go right
Oh,
over to the car. But with a truck, they end up kind of in the windshield. But let's get on a
yeah.
more cheery topic. Hey, chat,
We
how was
should.
your
We
Valentine's
should.
Day? Did anyone do anything special?
Yeah, I don't know how we got to that. But oh, by the way, Darius underscore Frost, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you're all doing well. 103 of you. Wow. Welcome along. Hope you had a wonderful stream and welcome along to our American Truck Simulator Let's Play. I hope you're familiar with our games. But good to have you all along. Hope you're doing well. Thank you again for the raid. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, Valentine's Day. Yeah, that was yesterday, right? That was yesterday.
Yeah.
That was yesterday. Anyone get up to anything nice in the chat? Let us know. Let us know.
In the meantime, so we've added chrome tanks but deleted the chrome skirt. Do we like that, or do we want to go back to the way it was?
What do we think, chat? Yes, no. How do we think the truck is looking? I see you've appropriately added the banners and the flags for our upcoming haul.
Yes.
Nice.
Garth
Chrome.
Bravington
Yes.
is saying chrome.
The less chrome, the better. I don't know about that.
Less chrome, the better. You gotta have a certain amount of chrome.
You do. It's the rules. You know.
Especially like there's some things like I don't know, like once you I mean everyone's got their own taste, but for me, like once you like, dechrome the grill and stuff like that, it just loses a little bit of its look. How do I get to it? There it is.
Mm.
It's just I don't know. It's not my style. I gotta get this. I gotta figure something out with the mic here. It's
You're
driving me
good.
nuts.
You're good. And Darius Foss, glad to hear it. Glad to hear a trucker like us in American Truck Simulator. A few hundred hours. That's pretty good. Just giving you a shout out. Thank you again for the raid. Appreciate you. And hope you enjoy your time here with us as we get through. We're about to do a special transport load, so we're getting our truck ready. We're just making a few upgrades here as well before we hit the road as well. Much appreciated.
It's mostly just calls for more Chrome, but I really don't have much more Chrome I can add. I mean, I can like add in like this kind of stuff, I guess. That's too much.
Minimal Chrome is better. See, everyone has different opinions, right? Everyone has this, so it's kind of hard to kind of please everybody here. Trying our best to kind of find a nice balance. The gas tank can be fully chromed. Yeah.
Gas tank? I don't think we have a gas tank on this. We have a fuel tank, chat. God. Something like that.
I think that looks, personally, I think it looks pretty good.
Change the steps order. This is getting pretty expensive, though. We're already up to $5,000.
$5,000, yeah. You remember, we're limited on money here, chat. We need to make some money as well. That's kind of like the amount that we have to pay back to the bank today, so we've got to hope we make more than that.
Doesn't look bad, but it looks a little too plain. I think if we go this route, we got to add some lights.
Yeah, Mark Verstappen agrees. You have to put some lights on them.
Lights here.
There you go. Looking good, looking good.
Well, now we got to add the lights. See, once you start, this is what it's like in real life. Once you start, you can't stop. You add a few lights, and you're like, oh man, a few more right here would look really good, and then you're in debt.
That's how it happens. It's just that quick, chat. It is just that quick.
Just spending all of Namiro's hard-earned money.
I mean, you've been earning money there too. It's not like it's, you know.
That's true, and I'll actually make a pretty good chunk today with that load, if we ever get to it.
I hope we do get to it. We need to pay this back somehow.
All right, chat, what do you think? Yes or no?
I think that looks pretty smart, personally.
All right, Alex gave us the approval. I need one person in the chat to say they like it, and then we're good to go. 556 says no.
Yes. So yes, that's clean. That will work. Come on.
Okay, that's enough. All right, we're going for it.
We're good.
Oh, actually, really quick. The interior.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we ever changed the steering wheel. Let's put a nice, big old 20-inch SCI wheel on there. What do we think, chat?
Look at that. What a beaut.
Maybe some nice mahogany wood.
Yeah, because you're spending a lot of time in the cab. You got to kind of make it your own and something pretty to look at, right?
Yeah, exactly. I like that. The mahogany in the middle there looks good, too.
Yes and yes.
All right, we're going for it.
Just liking it. Good stuff.
All right.
Well, let's get on the road then before we lose too much money. Yep.
Did I lose the load?
I hope not.
Job market, freight market, Del Rio. There it is.
That's there, yeah.
Continue. Interesting.
Is it not showing up on the... is it just like right across from you or something?
Oh, was it at Lone Star? I didn't even look. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I imagine that's the only reason why you can't see it. Is that you're technically there already.
Right. Why did I do manual again? Nobody coming this time? Alright, good. Not gonna get into another accident. Slow down, Alex. You're rushing me.
I'm sorry.
It's all your fault. Can't be my fault.
And also Hunt Rogan, thank you so much for the raid as well. Appreciate you.
I'm all over the place here. It's not there.
Maybe it's not that one.
Okay.
Where
we're pros at this. We work for the developer. We're like so good at this.
It's almost like it's our job or something. It's crazy.
Coming from Del Rio.
Yeah,
but it doesn't say where.
Head to the marker. Head to the marker. It's just like an open marker, right?
Yeah, but usually there's usually some kind of flag on the map. I'm so confused right now.
not behind you or something like that in the station that you're at or anything like that?
I am so confused.
Enable navigation in the settings. I'm pretty sure it is enabled.
Oh, because we were doing the no navigation challenge.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep. We're doing the challenge.
There it is. All right.
Now we know. Thank you, 556. We completely forgot about that.
Are you looking
We're
for a
doing
job?
the no navigation challenge. Yeah, we're doing the no navigation challenge. So we turned off the GPS. And that would be why. That would be why. Completely forgot. You finished Hall of Hearts. That's great. Who else in chat has already completed the Hall in Hearts Water Trucks event and claimed their rewards already? Mark, have you claimed your rewards?
For Hall in Hearts?
You got that lovely rose? No.
I've been having a little bit of trouble with that because we don't actually, like, I'm not using my personal Steam account here. So I give them on my personal Steam account, but unfortunately I cannot put a rose here.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
You did Hall in Hearts. I've been stuck at work all week. Well, you got until the 18th. Comfy, you got until the 18th.
Yeah, Comfy was telling me he's having a great week at work this week. He's really happy, getting lots of sleep, no problems.
An idea just came into my head, right? I don't think it'll ever happen, but it'd be kind of cool if we could ever make this happen. If like we had a World of Trucks job that real life truckers could submit their actual hours to us and then get an in-game reward for that. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I wonder if we could make that work somehow. Yeah,
you know, so that the real life truckers have a chance as well. Cool. We'll just mail it all to your address, Mark. I think you can sort through all the logs and everything like that, since you understand them the best, you know.
Oh yeah, you know, I don't do anything at work. I can take on more tasks. Absolutely.
Exactly. Finished it on Tuesday. 4 jobs to go. Good stuff. Fixing to start mine. I'm sure you'll definitely do it. 4 more deliveries to go. I finished it on ATS. Yes, you got it. Nice one. Good stuff, everyone. Good to hear it. Yeah, of course. You go until the 18th. Both the community and personal. Both the community goal is complete, but you still need to do your personal one if you want to get the personal rewards as well. If you guys make a real life plushie or something like that, you can give it to the real life truckers. It would be cool. I mean, in the past we used to have an eShop, but unfortunately, we don't have that anymore this time. But who knows in the future? It would be cool to see some of like our in-game accessories come to life. Maybe one day. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat. Like if you, you know, somehow it could be like locked, but if you like got it on your Roll to Trucks account, then you could buy it in real life.
Oh, I see.
As well.
You have the opportunity to buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. Would be pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. Chat, if you could have any in-game or in-cab accessory or plushie made into a real-life version, which one would you want? Because we got quite a few plushies now, right? Like from all the different map expansions where we have like the little plushie that you can unlock from certain jobs, or like obviously from our Water Truck events as well.
There's got to be like at least a dozen now, right?
There's quite a few, but they're really cool. Links.
This one, right? Yeah.
The Count Catula, says Frederick in the YouTube chat. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah, that's the best one.
The Rare Excavator. I have that too. I have that one.
I don't.
This is cool. I always like watching these cutscenes of them getting ready with the special transport.
Are these all based off Namiro? Are these all little Namiros running around getting our load ready for us? I think that at least the one is the guy in the blue.
Making it sound like Oompa Loompas or something.
Awesome.
No, I don't think they all are. I don't think they all are. All right. So, Mark, maybe how experienced are you with special transport jobs in American Truck or Euro Truck? Have you done quite a few of them before? Or?
Yeah. I've done. I think I've done almost all the routes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, maybe for someone that maybe is new or has never done special transport, what are your top tips for doing special transport jobs? Because they can be a little bit challenging at times when it comes to obviously maneuvering with a larger load, and not only that, but also keeping between your convoy escorts. Do you have any,
it's just about taking your time, and it's kind of like the way it is in real life. Like a lot of the times you guys see me driving in here and I'm like really hot rodding it, and the reality is, in real life, it's just going slow. Like right now, you know, if I were in real life, I'd just be crawling along here in first gear, you know, keeping my RPMs low, watching that mirror, see where the trailer goes, right? You know, I can see that the road is blocked off in both directions for me, so I'm safe to pull out, so I'll keep my momentum up. Make myself as wide as possible here. It's just taking your time, using all your mirrors, you know?
Yeah, of course. I imagine like a lot of planning and communication going to these kind of jobs as well. Obviously, where you're driving with the load, you know, making sure the route is suitable, you're within all the weight limits for all the bridges or such that you might be going over, and of course then having, you know, escorts like this to drive you around. There's a lot of planning involved, especially for the really big ones where you sometimes kind of get almost like a road train of trucks, right, where you have like multiple trucks pulling a big load on a really big one.
Yeah, we call those super loads, and those are like super like very meticulously planned. They have to go through all kinds of approvals and stuff. There's like local law enforcement involved and stuff. Something like what we're doing right now is, you know, there's still a whole permitting process. You know, you have to submit your route plan. You have to research and submit your route plan. Then the government will tell you if you're okay to carry on with that route plan. And then you have to have your escorts. Sometimes you have to have police escorts. Sometimes you can get away with just kind of like what we're doing now, which is like one police escort and then the regular guy in the back. Sometimes you don't need a police escort at all. And obviously it's always better when you have a police escort because you get to run red lights, and sometimes, depending on what kind of load you're doing. And, you know, traffic is a lot more respectful than if you just have like regular escorts. A lot of times those escorts kind of have to bully traffic out of the way for you.
Yeah, I've seen that over here where like if I have like an oncoming wide load and they'll just kind of like swerve over into your lane to get you to move over sort of thing. But yeah.
I think they even do that in ETS 2. I don't know if they're that aggressive in ATS, but in ETS 2 when you're on like a narrow road, the escort will like swerve into the oncoming lane and make the traffic stop and pull over.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though, because obviously you don't want to be hitting other vehicles. You don't want to have causing trouble on the road, so it's like going, you know, to make sure everyone's safe on the road, and if that's what it takes, then I'm guessing that's what it takes. But I'm assuming they're all trained and everything for that. You know, they're all trained and qualified to kind of do that sort of thing safely.
I'm not really sure. I've never had to have an escort. Dan, Comfy Sauce, who's in the chat, he has worked as an escort for like hauling windmill blades and stuff like that. He worked for a company where they were escorting for other companies that were hauling windmill blades. So if he's in here and he's not busy, he could maybe hop in and tell us a little bit about it. If you have to go through certain kinds of training or what?
I've seen blades transported in different ways, depending. I don't know if it depends on the blade or the trailer that you have, but I see some that are escorted that are like up in the air, so it's not so much of a bother when they're being maneuvered around the roads if they're just sat flat on the trailer, right?
Yeah, so I think that's kind of a European thing, because you guys have like those really tight, twisty roads, and especially in like Scandinavia where they're putting the windmills literally on mountains, so they have to be able to get that windmill blade up in the air so that they don't have to actually negotiate the turns with a, you know, however long windmill blade, right? Whereas in the US, as you can see, what we have in front of us, it's a lot more flat, a lot more kind of straight, wide open roads. Yeah, so generally I don't think that's a thing. I'm sure people have done it. I'm sure there's companies out there. There's the cops swerving to stop the bus.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure we clear. So I'm sure there's someone out here with the similar kind of equipment over there with similar kind of equipment. But for the most part, I've only ever seen them just transported on, you know, normal, typical windmill blade trailers, whatever you would call typical, I guess.
I'm not gonna read out that comment by EJB modding, but pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Anyway. But, you know, it's interesting to know, because obviously it's a different type of trucking, right? It requires a different kind of skill set, you know, compared to normal on-highway sort of trucking, I would imagine. I guess you kind of really have to learn your truck and feel how your truck runs with different types of loads when they're that heavy.
Yeah, I mean, all different types of trucking, they all kind of come with their own sets of challenges. Like even like quote-unquote the easiest kinds of trucking will still have the kinds of problems that, say, like I wouldn't want to deal with, you know what I mean? And my hat's off to those guys for, you know, like say for example guys that haul reefer freight, so refrigerated freight. You know, sitting at a farm for 3 days in California in 36-degree heat in the summer, waiting to get loaded.
3
Yeah.
days?
Oh yeah, like all kinds of.
Is that normal?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
It's not supposed to be, but it is.
Wow.
So, that kind of stuff, like I never had to deal with that when I was like hauling steel, but then I had my own sets of challenges with, fighting with customers to get loads placed properly on the trailer, having to chain down in the heat. Oversized guys, they don't have these super strict deadlines necessarily, like say me and steel or the guys on reefer, but obviously they have to deal with these oversized loads, the permitting process, only being able to drive in certain hours and stuff. I guess still they do have the time constraint that they have to get to their destination. So in America, I don't know what the rules are like in Europe, but in America, generally speaking, with oversized loads, you're only allowed to drive a half hour before sunup up until a half hour after sundown, and you have to be parked in between those times. And if you're not, big fines.
Wow.
Now there's some super loads and stuff like that. They'll specifically have to run at night, but those are going to be the ones with tons of police presence and stuff like that. You're not allowed to run on weekends either. They have to shut down for the weekends. Like those guys hauling windmill blades. Anyone in here that's ever been to the Iowa 80 truck stop on the weekend, it's full of windmill blades because those guys.
Really?
Yeah, they get loaded on Thursday or Friday. They head to the truck stop and they sit there all weekend, and then Monday morning, half hour before sunup, and they're all rolling out. Usually a little later than that because it's a Monday, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's why I never even would have thought of that. But I mean, it makes sense. But yeah. True. Comfy Source was saying, I don't know if you caught his message, saying certain US states require a written test, but most don't. As for training, it was mostly on the job. Showed up for my first day, told to follow the trailer and make sure it doesn't hit anything. Sounds pretty simple enough, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, interesting.
A lot of things in trucking in America are kind of like trial by fire. Like, here's the basics, go figure it out. When you get your trucking license, usually there's a very brief section in the textbook about what it takes to chain down a load and how the load is chained properly. But most schools won't actually take you out and show you how to physically chain down a load. That's up to the company that hires you. And 90% of companies will be like, good luck, here's your first load, figure it out, watch a YouTube video.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of unexpected, I'm not gonna lie. I thought there'd be at least some little basic stuff like that, but
so it definitely should be. Like, I'm of the opinion that trucking is a trade and should be treated as such. I wouldn't go as far as to say it necessarily needs to be a unionized trade, though we definitely, it wouldn't hurt to get the trucking rates back up higher. But definitely, like, the training should be more like an apprenticeship. Like, I did 2 months on the job training with my dad's friend when I was getting my license, and when I got in that truck the first day, I still was not ready for what I was about to encounter, And there's guys that'll say, oh, I just got thrown in a truck and went to work. Absolutely. But you made mistakes. I made mistakes. We all made mistakes, and we all learned from them. But in other trades, it's not like that. When you're a mechanic, you have someone kind of holding your hand and teaching you to do things the proper way. The worst thing that can happen is if you're a mechanic and you're in your early apprenticeship, you're not working on brakes, you're not working on suspension. The worst thing that can happen is you blow up a motor. You know what I mean? You're a truck driver. Day one, you're hauling heavy loads. You're dealing with all kinds of traffic around you. You make a small mistake, people could get hurt, right?
Yeah.
So
that's stressful. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, in my opinion, it should absolutely require on-the-job training, not just the training you receive in a school. The training is good in the school, but they can't really prepare you for everything you might encounter. That really should be up to the employer, right? Because whatever their specific job is, whatever the specific things you're going to be encountering on that job is going to be completely different from any other trucking job, right?
Yeah, it is. And depending on what you're hauling, where you're going, where you are, what kind of pre-trip stuff you have to do, whether it's different climates. I mean, there's so many factors that come into play when it comes into the trucking business, right? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, everything can make a difference. So it's super interesting, the insight, though, to know that it's kind of like that way. I haven't really looked much into it, I'll be honest. I looked into how, truck driver training is here in Europe or anything like that. But in the US, it sounds pretty much just on the job for the most part, which is kind of crazy to me. So hopefully in the future that improves or changes in some way. I know a lot of educational places are incorporating a lot more simulators into their stuff, which I guess you wouldn't really have had a while ago, which is nice to see. So a little bit of kind of extra training there, but like you said, the more hands-on stuff, that's the stuff we need to come to grips with.
Our my driving school that I was working at before I came to SES Software, we had a simulator, and it was a pretty new model, and I was a little disappointed with it for actual functionality. I won't name the brand or anything like that because I don't want to drag them, but it couldn't really be used to teach much. I would actually say ATS, and I'm not just saying this because I work for SCS. This is my genuine belief. Is that ATS is actually a better program to use for training because you can actually go out in the real world with AI. That as much as people like to complain that our AI can be very unpredictable, so can real traffic. This is actually a better tool for training than the $100,000 simulator we had at my school. The backing is more realistic. Even sitting here in the truck and like using the mirrors is more realistic. The one thing that simulator had that we don't have is it could simulate shifting. It could simulate physical gear grinding. So you could practice your double clutching and all that. It was very helpful for that, and that was all we used it for. We would just run it on the same simulation over and over. Okay, practice your upshifts, practice your downshifts. And they'd be like, oh, I want to try backing stuff up. And they're like, oh yeah? Okay, let's go outside and into a real truck because the simulator isn't going to do anything for you, And I even talked to my boss at the time. I said, let's get a 3-screen setup, a steering wheel, and let's use this to teach, right? And her stance was, she's old school, right? Her stance was, I got, $1 million in equipment sitting outside. She's like, I want to use that. I'm like, I can't argue with that,
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah.
I think there would definitely be a place, like, even to use this. And actually, we've had people reach out from our community who are driving instructors or have gone to driving schools where they do have this set up as a training tool. And so that's always like really cool to hear and really cool to see.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool, yeah. I've heard of quite a few instances of people saying that they used ATS to help them, not even just for truck driving, but even for like learning to drive in general, because it's a bit more realistic in terms of road layouts and the intersections you'll come across, because obviously it's on a scale, but we try to recreate the areas that we're working in, for example, in America, the States and everything like that. So these are actual intersections and road networks that you're going to be driving in the real world, which makes a massive difference when it comes to training, because you can kind of know what to expect. So yeah, that's cool. It's very, very cool insight. Appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How's the journey going so far, by the way? How far in are we?
Oh, we are, what do we got? We got 193 miles left. And at this pace, this might be a two-parter chat. This might be a two-part stream.
We'll see. 4 hours and 13 minutes. So, I mean, it's 5:37 or 6:37 for you guys.
Yeah, we might get it done by like an quarter after, maybe, right?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how the progress goes once we get a bit closer to the time where we usually have to end things up. But we'll see.
Benny, you got any plans for after work, after the stream? Benny solemnly shook his head no. All right, we're going till 9 o'clock, chat.
That's it. Well, what we can do, we can switch drivers and we can have Benny come up and drive the truck for a while as well.
Actually, Benny, do you want to come drive? Benny says no.
Maybe one day we'll manage to get him up here.
I think Benny's still sulking because of the earlier technical difficulties.
Oh dear. It's okay. It's okay, Benny. We'll be well.
Benny's like, don't bring it up. I have a question here in the chat from Darth Bravington. Have I ever called for emergency truck recovery in my career?
Ooh, good question.
I was about to have to again because I almost crashed. I mean, no, I didn't. So yes, I have a couple times. I'm trying to think of all of them. This is a lot. So I've done like roughly like 2 million miles of driving in my career. So of course it's going to happen. You're going to break down no matter how hard you try to prepare with your maintenance and everything else. Had a few tire blowouts on the side of the road. Usually I'm able to get to a safe spot. Once I actually had to, because it was a steer tire, I had to do it right on the side of the road. So tire guy came, lifted it up, changed the tire. First time I needed a tow truck was back in, I want to say 2013 or headlight offense.
Oh, is it that dark already? It didn't seem that dark yet. I guess it's 6 o'clock.
The light's on? There we go. So yeah, I was climbing a hill. Anyone from local Cincinnati area will know that when you're heading south on I-75 through Cincinnati, you come into Kentucky, over the bridge into Kentucky, you have a pretty good grade there. It's like I want to say like a 10% grade, and it's probably about 2 miles long. and you really got to beat on the truck to get up the hill and not lose a ton of speed. Usually traffic's pretty backed up, so you do lose a lot of speed, but I remember I came over the bridge one time and there's no one in front of me, and I'm thinking, great. Dropped to full gear, started pulling the hill, truck's screaming about 1700 RPM, she starts bogging down, and then nothing. Engine just dies.
Just goes, oh man.
And I'm halfway up the hill, I'm not in a good spot, and it's kind of curvy this way and that way. And I had to pull over, I had no power, right? So I kicked it into neutral, rolled it as far as I could, which was not very far at all, and I'm on the side of this blind curve, and the truck's running. Truck's running fine, no problem, but I hit the pedal and nothing's happening. She's just like there's no pedal even there, and I shut the truck off, you know, try to reset the computer because it was a 2005, so it did have electronic throttle control. So I shut the truck off, turned it back on, still no pedal. Turns back on, no problem, still no pedal. So I shut it off, unplugged the battery, sit there for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, traffic is going by, almost taking my mirror off. So, better shift here. So I disconnected the batteries for like 5 minutes, plugged them back in, started up, starts up fine, still no throttle. So I had to call a tow truck. Tow truck came, hooked me up, hooked the airlines up, dragged me maybe all of 5 miles to the next truck stop. Went in there. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. Called my buddy back in Canada, who's a Cat mechanic. It was a Cat engine. And he told me to check this specific pin on the 72-pin wiring harness. And sure enough, the pin was just rotted away. It's one of the very bottom ones where the truck actually hooks up to the ECM. And the corrosion had got in there and the pin was gone. Oh. So I paid $500 for the tow. I tossed the guy $50 at the truck stop to let me stay in their shop for the night, because otherwise he was going to make me call a tow truck to drag it out of the shop. I was like, what if I just give you $50? Will you let me stay here? He's like, yeah, we're not that busy, sure, right? Little bribe, good old bribing. So I had a parts guy run the pins over in the morning. So it was I think it was a 75-cent Deutsch pin is what shut me down.
I mean, you gotta hand it to the manufacturer. I guess it's a safety thing as well, though. That one thing was out of line and it just kind of stopped working.
And you know what? The truck had 2 million kilometers on it. It didn't owe me a thing. The entire time I owned that truck, other than the 75-cent Deutsch pin, and other than regular maintenance, the only thing I had to do on it was a water pump and a turbo. So.
Oh my goodness.
And I made lots of money with that truck, so I ain't complaining. I'm not complaining one bit.
She was good to you. She was good to you for sure. Yeah.
I had a rental truck one time that broke down in Wyoming, and I had to get towed like 250 miles back to the next truck stop that had time to take me.
That was the closest one? Wow.
Yeah, there was closer ones, but they weren't going to be able to see me for like 3 days.
You don't get stuck that long. Got it.
But it was a rental truck, so the rental company paid for it, so it didn't cost me anything. So that one was fine. The only thing was I was going west, and they had to tow me east. So I lost half a day work.
You lost progress.
Yeah, plus the day it cost to actually get it fixed, so that was a long trip. What else?
I guess it's more about, like, you expect the breakdowns, but it's just about where it's going to happen.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes your breakdowns, you can kind of limp it home. My VECU in my 2019 Peterbilt somehow melted. Inside the dashboard, it just, like, fully had a hole in it where it had melted through. Something short-circuited. And I drove from Laredo to Toronto with that VECU burned a hole through it. Not safe. Don't recommend it. Not a good idea. Probably shouldn't be telling this story, but here we are. And the truck would stall out. It would just actually it does exactly what ATS does when you have too much damage. I'd just be driving along, truck would stall out. Okay, kick into neutral. It was an automatic. This truck. It was a great truck. So kick into neutral, turn it off, turn it back on, cycle the key. It would come on, put it into drive, and I might get 5 minutes out of it. I might get 2 hours out of it. And I had to do this all the way back to Toronto. Just kick into neutral, start it, restart. And but I got it home and got it fixed and fought with warranty about it, which was not a great experience. But you know what? You win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah.
It's the cost of being an owner-operator. Sometimes you make money, sometimes you lose lots of money.
That's true. We see that here in the streams as well when our Let's Plays, all these little unexpected things that happen, right? You just don't expect it.
Yeah, like cars come at you out of nowhere, you're just driving safely and properly and not running any stop signs.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I like that mountain on your left, by the way.
The what?
Very nice. The mountain on your left, or hill. I don't know if it's a hill or a mountain.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Try not to hit anything while I look at this. I believe we call that a mesa.
Yeah, very nice.
Mesa?
Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
Once saw a stream where a truck driver who got stuck stationary in the Hammer Lane near St. Louis, or Louis, whichever you want to pronounce it.
Well, that's a bad time.
Fun. That is bad. Being broke down in any major city is the absolute worst. I can agree. I've seen a truck broken down in central London, and that's a completely different ballgame, because central London or anywhere in London, very small, tight roads because, you know, of how old the city is. You know, the network around there was kind of made more just for pedestrians and horse and carriage, more so than the large vehicles we have today. So any sort of truck gets broken down or stuck in the city here in the UK, and it causes hell for a while, for sure.
You guys don't really have like a lot of like room on the breakdown lanes either, right? Like the shoulders of the highway?
The hard shoulders are pretty small. Like on the newer highways, they're not so bad, but on some of the older ones, either they're non-existent or there might be like a wheel's width or something if you're lucky.
Right.
And in terms of like laybys, like obviously, you see here at ATS, you know, rest areas are quite common and pullovers and stuff like that. We don't really have too many laybys and stuff like that here in the UK either. They're not very common. Neither are truck stops. They're quite a newer thing. Most of the time, you'll just see truckers just parked on the side of the road and in any space that they can find to sleep. You know, around here in this area, we get it quite a lot. Yeah, there's like they'll find like a small lay-by or anything like this, and they'll just park there and sleep. So yeah, not too nice of a time.
That doesn't sound great.
No, I can't imagine it is. Can't imagine it is.
Was that a parking area? Could we have... Oh, it wasn't. Oh, yeah. I guess that's kind of like what you would call a lay-by, just kind of like a wide part of the road there, right?
Yeah, literally like a bit that kind of goes out a little bit. It's not really meant for parking, it's just kind of a stopping area. So,
right.
I'm liking this sunset, by the way. I love the colours in the sky. Very good, very nice. Very pretty.
So I don't think we can sleep, because if we sleep, it'll fail the job on us because we're leaving the path of the escorts, right?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think so. That, and also we haven't got that long till the end of the job anyway, I don't think.
Right.
So yeah. Oh well, we're just gonna have to keep on trucking in tonight. Hopefully it's not too hard for you, because I know it gets a little bit difficult to drive at night with the studio lights here.
We'll just turn on the high beams and blind the cop in front of us. It's fine. He's getting overtime right now. You can put up with a little bit of blinding lights in his mirror. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. If you're just joining us, by the way, chat, welcome along for our Let's Play episode. Hope you're all doing well. If you're looking to catch up with any of the latest ATS news, by the way, we've posted quite a few bits recently. On Tuesday, we posted about the Nebraska rail yards. That's an exciting one. I'm actually looking forward to Nebraska. Like, the blogs that we've been kind of putting out, very, very interesting. Like, some really cool places. This blog that I got to write about the rail yards, I had no idea about the rail yards in Nebraska, and that Bailey yards. That place is massive.
Yeah.
It's the world's largest, right? It's huge.
Yeah, the one in where is it? Oh,
North Platte.
North Platte. Yeah.
Yeah, really impressive size. If you haven't checked that out already, and some of the pictures from that, blog.scsoft.com. And we also had on Monday as well an Under the Hood blog about the Kenworth T680 Signature Edition. A little behind the scenes of the team involved in it and the process of modeling it and all the scans and stuff we had as well. And then on the Sunday we had a blog about Arkansas and the way stations, rest areas, and welcome centers, which, Mark, I believe you took pictures for on that one too, right?
No, that was our colleague Thompson, yeah.
I thought you had. I heard that you had. Either way, lovely pictures. And yeah, again, another exciting state to be looking forward to as well. So if you haven't checked up on all of those, caught up with the latest news, blog.scsoft.com, or follow us on our socials as well to keep up to date with all of the latest, which you can find below on our Twitch or on our YouTube channel. Just open up the description or scroll down from this stream on Twitch and you'll find it there. You'll find it there. Good stuff. North Platte Rail Yard. Yep, that's the one. That is the one. How many states are we up to now? Oh my goodness. It's hard to keep count because we have so many in the pipeline as well.
Didn't we count this the other day? It was like 14 or something? I swear we did this a few streams ago.
We might have. Comfy Source says, I can't wait to begin driving in a snowstorm in an hour or so. Are you about to hit the road, Comfy? Dang. Safe driving out there. Hope it all goes smoothly for you. Hope it all goes smoothly. I've been through Atlanta. I would rather push my truck out of there than be broke down.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Quite a few cities like that.
Atlanta's sketch. A lot of the time, like, it sucks because like what can happen is you can be in like stop and go traffic and your truck breaks down, and you're just stuck in whatever lane you were in. Like there's usually not enough room to get over, and even if there isn't enough room, someone will fill up that spot because I don't want the trucker to be in front of me. So you're kind of just stuck in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden the traffic clears up and everyone's just whizzing by you. Not fast, but faster than you would like when you're stopped in a live lane of traffic, right? Usually you become the source of traffic, so everything's still backed up behind you, right?
And it just causes more and more traffic and makes it worse for everybody. And then people get angry at you, and you're like, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do nothing. Yeah. Joshua, hey, no problem. Glad you got the keys, and hopefully that wheel gets to you soon. All good. One of our winners of our wheels that we gave away during the Christmas stream here in the stream.
Oh.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, we gave away. Oh, which wheels did we give away? Hold on.
The Thrustmaster wheel.
Oh, like the T248?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
During the Christmas stream, yeah.
Yeah.
During the Christmas stream, which is cool. Which is really, really cool. Need more tuning packs for ATS, or who knows? Let's see what the future holds for that. I know the current tuning packs are very, very popular for sure.
So which tuning packs do we have released right now? We have the W900 tuning pack.
Yes.
Is there another one?
I'm gonna have to admit to look it up. I think that might have been one of the first. Yeah, the W900 tuning pack. Because we got some for ETS2 and ATS.
Yeah, the ETS2 ones are pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but the W900 tuning pack is pretty ace. Like the first time I saw those images of all the kind of show truck elements as well, it was damn cool. It was damn cool. Looking very, very cool. But ATS only W9, yeah, exactly. Exactly. How are we doing for time, by the way, on the GPS? How far is it saying we got to go, Mark?
Oh boy. Oh.
Okay, we're not far. This is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're not doing too bad.
Good. The beacon.
He's excited. He gets to go home and
above the beacon.
Play some Fortnite.
Oh, it does. I see that. You see it as well on your screen? The beacon in the mirror is flashing above the actual beacon's location.
It's a known bug. No need to rush to the forums and report it. We're working on it.
UFO.
It has to do with, so like the game world is actually rendered differently in the mirrors than when you're actually looking at it. So it's a known bug, but if we fix it in the mirror, it messes it up when you're in like this camera, for example. So they're working on it. It's all good. Chill out, chat.
You got it.
It's fine.
Appreciate you pointing out anyway. It's all good though. It could be aliens still though. It could be. Oh wait, lots of people excited for future states as well. Make sure if you haven't already, add them to your Steam wish list. Upcoming states for American Truck Simulator, of course. Quite a few out there. Arkansas, Nebraska, and what's the name of the other one we got again? Oh yeah, Missouri. Missouri. Looking forward to those. Expanding the ATS map is always very, very exciting. Lots of work to be done as well. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We'll just blame it on the aliens. It's all good. Alright, I see our destination coming up on the GPS map.
Yeah, it's not bad
too far away. That was damn good timing, I would say. I'd say that's very good.
I gotta say this was kind of underwhelming. I thought it was gonna be more exciting, more crashes, more shenanigans, but it was kind of just a game of follow the leader here.
Yeah, I mean, you had a pretty chill route. I gotta say, it wasn't too twisty or turny. It was, I mean, I guess we are in Texas, right? So it's kind of like a bit more open road sort of deal. Maybe that's why Benny wanted you to go to the hills, you know, make it a bit more all over the place. I don't know.
He did say that, because yeah, like if we had some like nice turns in the cities and all that, it would have been like,
Oh. He didn't give you no warning, did he?
I was talking to Benny behind the screen, and I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so This is one of those moments where
Mm.
you realize you messed up because you got to make a really tight turn right there. I don't know, chat. I don't even know if you guys can see this. It's so dark out here. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and get my truck angled this way a bit. Maybe go into low gear so I can do a nice slow maneuver. And then try and use all the real estate I have. Turn reasonably late. Use some of this gravel here. Oh, we only gotta put it in the driveway? Okay, that's fine. That's gonna make life more difficult though, because we gotta get it swung around where we want it. Okay, so we got room there.
Yeah. This is the part where I always focus. I always forget about how long it is as well. It's not just the width of it, but how long the trailer is as well, and you got to counter for that.
I think I might have actually gone a little too wide. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay. Gotta get the dolly over so it's nice and in line. I think we're actually kind of good if we go this way a little bit. Should get the green light here.
Are we looking? Are we looking? Say a little bit more forward, maybe.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This is bad news.
Uh-oh. Oh no. What are we... That looks reasonable.
Be there, yeah.
Put a little bit more...
There it was. Look at that.
It was trying to scare us. It was...
I was getting nervous there, man. I was starting to sweat.
Yeah. I was like, he wanted it very specifically. Good job. How much we earned there?
We earned $25,000.
It's a pretty good amount.
Yeah.
So that makes up for the, the spendage we had plus the loan. Let's say 10K on those two things together, right?
Did these guys
Not
have any
too
more
bad.
profit while we were working? Oh, Nathan came up with another $21,000 while we were streaming.
Big money.
Yeah.
Big money.
And Amy did $7,000 more or less. $7,500.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the green for sure. We're still making the profit there.
Did I do that math right?
Slowly but surely. I hope so.
No, that math was wrong. Hold on. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
ask me.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. That was good. I know what I'm talking about.
We're good.
So Benny, what do you think? We got time for one more load? Back to Del Rio? Push my luck here. We do a short little
What do
load?
you think? Is that a tiny little one?
Yeah, just a little Van Horn. Oh, that's a little far.
That is
That's the opposite of what I wanted.
that is, yeah.
Albuquerque. What? How is?
Oh, really? That's the shortest job? No
Everything
way.
from here is long. What the?
Wow.
Okay, I guess we're not doing a short load. I guess what we can do is just really quickly we'll get our flags taken off so we don't got to do that. Is there a repair shop?
Oh,
yeah, so we'll just route ourselves over here.
Head to the service station. We'll do that.
Turn off our beacons here.
You can probably get some rest as well if there's anywhere
Yeah,
nearby.
absolutely.
There's literally a rest stop literally next door to you. On your right there, or left even when you turn out. You can get some daylight. Now this should be fun as well. Backing out into traffic.
That's fine.
I guess you just got to inch yourself out, right? You just got to kind of say, hey, I'm doing this. You need to stop, sort of thing.
So yeah, there's a lot of times we'll end up in these like really kind of tight yards at customers, and you sort of have to just, so like this is a perfect example actually. So I see I have lots of traffic coming from the left, but nothing from the right, so I'll just use that lane and kind of get myself out here. You know what I mean? So now I've taken possession of this lane, and then I'll just look over here, and when no one's coming, I'll get myself over there. You gotta do a lot of creative, kind of not so courteous or legal things sometimes just to be able to do your job, and it is what it is. Like, I hate to hold up traffic, I hate to inconvenience people, but at the end of the day, like if I'm nosed into a customer and I gotta back out, sorry, I gotta get out of there one way or another, right?
I mean, either you move or you don't move at all, and then you're holding everybody up for a long time. So
exactly. So
some people are unfortunately a bit hard of understanding of that. Sometimes.
Exactly. And some places, like, they don't even have like a flagman or something to come help you back out. They're just like, all right, you're on your own. And I'll be honest, half the time I'd rather do it on my own too, because sometimes the flag guys are a little not useful. So it's pretty much
if you've not driven a truck yourself, it might be a bit hard to know how they maneuver around, right?
That's the thing, right? Like,
it's not like a car where you're like, come back.
Yeah, they'll like block traffic in a really weird way, and if they are not standing in the right spot, traffic will stop where they are, and you kind of want traffic to be almost a little bit scared of you, so they'll give you extra room. So I usually find it's easier just to back out on my own, and that's even kind of a battle on its own, because if you try to go too slow, they'll bully you and they won't let you out. They'll expect that you're going to hit the brakes. So you almost sort of have to like just kind of just go with a little bit of speed, and they'll all be like, oh my god, there's a truck backing out, and slam on the brakes. With keeping in mind that you actually don't want someone to run into your trailer and get hurt, right? So it's kind of this game you got to play of like, are they seeing me? Are they stopping, right? And
I guess you just have to assume that they can't see you and just be extra cautious all the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely, right? You're assuming they can't see you, but you're hoping that they see you and just stop, right? But if you go too slow, they'll bully you and they'll just keep going and won't let you out of the driveway, right? It's the same thing, like anyone in the chat, if you're from New England, anyone that's driven on a holiday weekend in like Vermont or Massachusetts or New York knows that if you're a truck driver and you're trying to get into the left lane, like say you're in the right lane, you come up on another truck going slower than you, and you put your blinker on and get in the left lane, all those cars, it's like the start of the Daytona 500. Everyone in the left lane is bumper to bumper to bumper because they don't want you to get over because you're going to pass too slow and you're going to get in their way. And it doesn't matter if I'm doing 75 miles an hour and I come up on a truck doing 55 miles an hour. They will not let you out. So, unfortunately, and I do not recommend this to anyone, but sometimes you got to just not use your blinker and get a little wiggly, and they get all scared, and they're like, oh no, the driver's falling asleep, so they'll actually give you the space to let you in, right? If you throw your blinker on and you try to do it properly, they'll be like, he sees me. He's not going to hit me. I'll just scoot up here and not let him in. So sometimes you got to get a little creative.
I see that happen here in the UK too, where people are just like, they just kind of sit really tight with each other and just don't want to let anybody. It happens more mainly with tractors as well. Like, cause where I live here at the moment, there's a lot of agriculture, and we have a lot of like harvesters and tractors, and people can bully them a little bit because we're always getting stuck behind tractors most days because it's just such an active area for farming. Like, it's all year round. So people get very impatient a lot of the time because they just feel like they're always getting stuck behind a slow moving vehicle. So people adopt a lot of those same sort of tactics here as well.
Right.
So kind of like they see a tractor wanting to put out onto the main road, and then everyone's just like fast and bunching up.
Yeah, and it's really like it's not nice because, like, you know, professional drivers are out there just trying to do their job, and people that play our game know what it's like, right? Like it's in some ways it's an easy job, but in a lot of ways it's tolling. It's mentally difficult. You're you know, like the metaphor I always like to use, you know what I mean? Like I work in an office now, right? Since I've started working, nobody has come over to my desk and closed the program I was working on. Nobody has come over and knocked my coffee out of my hands. Nobody has come over and prevented me from doing my job. You know what I mean? But when I'm a truck driver, all the time, people are doing their best to make sure I'm not able to do my job properly and safely. You know what I mean? And
when you put it that way, you don't think about it that way, but that's exactly how it is, right?
Yeah, and it's like it's this weird kind of like personal thing where it's like when everyone is so understanding, right? Like most of the time, right? Like you're at a restaurant and the waitress is really swamped with customers. You're like, oh, it's okay, darling. I can see it's busy. You know, you take your time, do what you got to do, right? But if you see a truck driver trying to do his job, you automatically assume whatever he did it specifically to you. He is mad at you, or he's trying to mess with you. And why is this truck driver trying to ruin my day? It's like I'm just trying to get around this other slow truck, just like you. Like I don't. Of the random, 10,000 cars I've seen on the road today, I did not have a personal vendetta against you, Mr. Man in the Prius, flashing your high beams at me. I'm just
those Priuses.
I'm just out here working. Like, leave me alone.
Dang. Yeah. Hey. It's the nature of the job, unfortunately, and hopefully all of you in the chat have learned something. And I like what Creepy Horseman has put. Hope you're doing well, by the way. It's good to see you. On YouTube chat saying, my dad worked for Santa Fe Railroad. He loved logistics. He always taught me to respect truckers, give them all the room they need, and respect them. And that's how it should be, not just for truckers, but any professional driving, or anything like that. Careers, people out on the road doing their jobs, public transport workers, truckers, tractors, farmers, the lot,
I think it goes for everyone.
Giving way to emergency. Yeah.
Like, we're going to get really metaphorical here, but I think we should just treat everyone with respect. Like, that should be the default, right?
Yeah. I like where you're going. Sure. Absolutely. So, yeah. If you're going to take anything away from today's stream, then it should be that. I think is the most important thing. Respect everybody.
Yeah,
You know, it's
absolutely.
like
You know, and always, you know, like don't always assume something is a personal vendetta. Don't take things personally. You know, like everyone's fighting their own battles. Everyone's just trying to get through the day, right? We're all trying to get home
mhm,
to our families. You know, just chill, relax. You know, take it easy.
that's it. Yeah, and that can be applied in game as well. Next time you're on a convoy with somebody, or on the multiplayer or whatever, leave a little room. Make sure everybody has space and everyone's having fun and having a good drive as well.
Unless
So
you're on the
just
CD road, in which case you were asking for it if you went on that road. That's your problem.
I mean, he's not wrong, chat. He's not wrong.
You know what you're getting when you go there.
Everybody knows. I've been on it many, many times myself, so I know exactly what happens there. So, all right, sleeping time. Good stuff. Well, time has flown, and another day is done for us here on the road. And it's been a good day, though. We've made some great progress, made some good money, and yeah, got that special transport job done. And I think it's the first one we've had in a while on the stream, so it was good to have that. Maybe we can do some more in the future. For sure, for sure. So yeah, Mark, thank you again for sharing all your wonderful insights, and it's always so interesting to hear your stories from the road.
I'm a truck driver, man. I'm full of stories. Some of them are real. Some of them, there's a little bit of, flourishes
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there
I
to make
got
it a little
you.
more interesting, right? Comfy Sauce knows what I'm talking about.
Exactly, exactly. And chat, thank you, of course, YouTube and Twitch for being here as well. If you've missed any of our ATS or ETS2 Let's Play episodes, you can catch up with all of them on demand whenever you like on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SES software. And also for 30 days here on Twitch on our replay as well. Check out those tattoos. Very, very cool.
Yeah, Mark Verstappen was asking, so I'll go through them because I think we haven't talked about them since I got them. So I have slow down on my knuckles because I
Nice.
drive too fast, and this is a Native American raven. Because Canada, my home, right? This is something you would find. This kind of art would be on the West Coast, like the totem animals and stuff like that. British Columbia area, and this one's just for me, just a rose.
Very nice.
Oh, and I got this one.
Very nicely designed. Oh, oh, it's there. There it is. Upside down. Let me
Yeah.
see it.
I don't think we have the camera set up in such a way that I can accurately display it, but it's a quote from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh,
Have you seen that movie?
nice. I have, yeah.
Oh, Benny's working on the close up.
Oh, he's going. He's
Is it gonna? It's not gonna
there's
zoom
the
enough.
zoom in.
All right, I'll see what I can do. So, uh, it's Waymond from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and the quote is, "In another life, I would have really liked just doing laundry and taxes with you." And it's the scene when
Oh.
they're going through all the multiverses and stuff like that. And
Mhm,
she sees in another life what her life could have
mhm,
been like if she hadn't gone to America with Waymond and stuff like that.
mhm, mhm,
And
mhm.
it's a pretty moving moment in the movie and kind of stuck with me. So I thought, hey, I need another tattoo this weekend. Let's get that.
It's a cool movie. If you've never seen it before, chat,
Mm,
it's also a good watch for
recommend it for
sure.
sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. Thank you all for being with us, and hope you had fun as well. Of course, as always. And well, we'll catch you again soon for another stream. I'm sure we've got a couple in the works for next week, but otherwise, we hope you have all a good weekend. I know Mark's been very busy as well this weekend, so I hope that all goes well. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we look forward to sharing more news with you. Look out for some blogs on the way. There is planned to be a pretty interesting blog coming out tomorrow for ETS2, which hopefully all goes as planned. So look out for that. But if not, it'll be in the near future. But as always, tradition here on Twitch is that we go and raid someone. And I've already found somebody that's raiding. Our good friend Nightmare
Oh,
underscore SC is actually streaming on American Truck Simulator right now.
yeah, we just played with him a few weeks ago in Convoy.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
thought let's go raid him. Let's go
yeah,
raid him.
absolutely.
Why not? So let's go raid Nightmare. Go give him a big hello. He was on our stream a few weeks ago doing a community convoy with us. So let's go give him some love. So join us over there. Give him a big hello. Give him lots of follows, lots of positivity. He's a great guy. He's also an ex-truck driver as well, both in America and also does a little bit of trucking in Europe as well because he lives in Sweden now. So he's got experience in both. So I'm sure he's got lots of stories to tell as well. But yeah, until next time, chat, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And Benny, as well, behind the scenes, our production guy, thank you again. Appreciate you.
Betty gives a
And
thumbs up.
take care. And we'll see you all again soon for another Let's Play series on the road. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.